Hi everyone, welcome back to another trading day. Today, Friday, 26 April 2024. My trader directions for today will be long on the Aussie, the CAD and the Euro, short on the US, the Swiss and the Yen. At the end of this video, I'll show you my favorite trade idea for today. Dollar index still forming this flag, giving up a little bit the dollar yesterday. Long term still bullish, medium term still bullish, short term still bullish. But my intraday indicator really now dropping the dollar to the bearish side of things. So if I have to bet on something at present, this will be a retracement back here. We're still forming that sort of flag pattern, which is not confirmed yet. If it breaks out, I'll be back bullish 100% even on the intraday stuff. But with the intraday indicator pointing downwards, I think we should see a retest on the structure here. So that would be very exciting, getting this retest, because then we can get confirmation and a solid trend after that. That helped gold a little bit yesterday on the weaker dollar, and the weaker dollar will push gold slowly but surely up the page. But I'm worried about this flag pattern that's forming here in a bear trend. The only thing that prevents the flag pattern from immediately playing out is the weaker dollar. The moment the dollar gets stronger, this flag becomes a problem, because that means we've got the big trend down the page, consolidation in the form of a flag, then a breakdown will pull us back down here, maybe another one to about 2200. So it could be quite a big fall after that flag. But for now, the weaker dollar is helping us, holding gold up. Then Bitcoin, still the same scenario as yesterday. It just doesn't want to go. Apparently there's some options expiring today on Bitcoin and Ethereum, so expect a lot of volatility today into the evening, I think, with the close of the US banks tonight. So don't get scared out of it. The options, the bank obviously wants the price to close at a specific level that they make the money on the option expiry than anybody else. So they're gonna force this most likely up and down the page this afternoon. So expect a lot of volatility, especially on Ethereum and on Bitcoin this afternoon. And the pound CAD yesterday, I showed you this level, bearish engulfing, wrapping around. I call it bearish engulfing, but it's actually more of an evening star. We got the big one up there, the small bodies, and then it came down. Now it's a medium-sized body, so it could be a bearish engulfing. On its own, I would be a little bit worried, but the fact that it closed below the halfway mark here, that makes it very bearish for me. So this was a good enough candle reversal for me to take the short. And if you're not still interested, if you look at the pound there, pound, CAD, pound, neutral, but I'm after the CAD long, and shorting this gives me the CAD long. Not convincing the drop, but quite nicely. So we will have to see what happens today, and then Monday continue with the trade if we're still in there. Stop loss should be up on those highs, 10 to 20 pips above that high. So if you look from there to there, you're looking about a 50 to 60. So we're looking at about 80 to 90 reward for a 1 to 1.5. So I'll definitely put a T1 here, the first target, and then a final target sort of on that lows there, just before we get to this area here. I think that'll be good enough trade for us. Then also the Nasdaq, as I was worried yesterday morning, because the weakening dollar is stock market bullish. So I said yesterday morning, let's take some profits here on that bearish engulfing, lighten up on the trade there, and then pull stop loss to entry, and that's exactly what happened. So well done. A nice profitable trade. Unfortunately couldn't go down to this target. Yeah, I've said. But at least got first half of the position closed out at a 1 to 1.5, the balance at entry. This one I won't look at today because of the bearish trend here. You see we got a bear trend, and we got a weak dollar, which is stock market bullish. So for now, I will wait for the trend to catch up with the dollar weakness there, and then I will consider this again. But for today, I will remove this from my watch list. Then Aussie, New Zealand. Aussie, all the sparkle, New Zealand neutral. So I'm after the Aussie long. I don't know if it's going to happen today, but if I get a retracement, because this is only level, I want to be long here, but I'm not going to be long from those levels. We're getting right to that resistance, so that's just not a great place to enter a trade. So when it gets back down here, maybe next week only, if I can get this retracement back to the 61% FIP, I'll then look for some candle reversals, and then I'll consider some longs. Before we continue, thank you for today's sponsor, Incasso. When your business needs a reporting platform to improve the quality and speed of making decisions, consider Insight BI, a seamless add-on for reporting and business intelligence. Insight BI is an all-in-one, cloud-based 24/7 reporting solution. For more info, check out the link in the description. Then the Euro US, you see Euro green zone, and then the dollar in the red zone. So I am interested. This last swing, brand new trend. So this came down, consolidation for the bottom reversal, the break, and now we're looking for the retest. It tested there a little bit, and yesterday a little bit there again. Now the trend only turned bullish. So I want to be long, but I'm not going to be long from those levels. I want to be long from these levels. So I'm going to wait for a retest here, and then a counter reversal, and then I'll take some longs. New Zealand, Swiss. New Zealand, you can see New Zealand in the neutral zone. So not after that, but the Swiss in the red zone. I want to be short Swiss. So going long on the New Zealand Swiss will give me a short in the Swiss. So on the retracement of this last directional swing here, that 61% fib, that's the area I'm going to look at it. You can see it's quite a big level. It tested a few times there. When it gets there, something happens. So you can even see the break, the retest, the bounce, the retest. Okay. So there's a lot of things happening when it gets there. So I want to be long here, but not right at resistance levels. I want to be long from this area here. So when it gets down there, I'll look for some pattern reversals, and then I'll consider some longs. In the pound yen, big run up the page, very nice. Pound I'm not after, but the yen short. So going long on the pound yen would get me a short on the yen. So if I can get a retracement back to the structure here, last swing here, you can see here the big levels here, the retracement just before that I'm using, and then I'm going up the page. So when it gets back here, I will then look for some longs. I don't want to trade a breakout like that. The chances of that hitting 1.27 and just reversing up there, now where do you put your stop loss there? So the risk reward will not be good enough for me there. So I will have to wait for retracement back down here to the almost 61% fib, and then see if I can get some entries there later today, or well, next week. In the pound Swiss, brand new trend kicking in. So if I can get from this last swing a retracement to the 50% here, which is that structure there, I'm a little bit, well, okay, I can just as well extend it to that level. At first I didn't want to. This is outside my 50%, but okay, let's do that. Let's have a look at both. If I can get a retest of these levels, I want to be long. If you look at pound there, I'm not after the pound, but I'm after the Swiss short. It's another place that I can find a Swiss short by going long here. But it's going to be a steep question to get this down. Pound is gaining a little bit on strength in general. It was down there yesterday. So the pound is rallying a little bit. But let's see, most likely in the afternoon session, anything can happen on news. Anything can happen on news. So let's hope for retracement. If it's not today, well, then it's Monday. I just like to keep them on my watch list to make sure I don't miss out on anything. Then Aussie US, very strong run. Aussie, definitely all the sparkle. Dollar, or the US dollar in the red zone. So I want to be long here, not at those levels. But if I look at this last swing before we had the shoulder, head, shoulder, we had this reversal. If I use that swing there, swing up the page, you can see a lot happening here. Support, support, resistance, and then a little bit of resistance, but support again, support again. So it's a big level. So if I'm lucky enough that this do retrace back to this area later today or next week, I'll then consider some longs here. Euro yen, very nice run. We've got a beautiful long trade on our mentoring program. We added quite a few times to this, so we're already starting to hit targets now, and there's still some upside there, but that was a beautiful trade. But right now, the swing up the page on the 4-hour charts, the retracement back to 50-61%. This is the area I'm after. This seems like the only one that I can do. Let me just see it. I see it keeps moving. I still can't use that, so I'll still be into this. A retracement back there. If I look at the euro there, yen there, I'm after the yen short. You can see that clearly. But the euro is neutral, but going long on the euro yen, that immediately gives me a short on the yen. So if I'm lucky enough that it do retrace today, then I will consider some longs. Then my favorite trade idea for today is the US yen long. Most likely you could have guessed that. But US yen, yeah, I know they look like, you know, the US is stronger than the yen. They're both the same color. Usually that bothers me a lot. But if I look at the weakness of the yen, I still got a dollar bullishness on the short term, the medium term, the long term charts. It's only the intraday that's starting to look a little bit bearish on the dollar. But you can see how weak the yen is. Even on a on a weakening dollar. The dollar has gone up from there to there in a question of a day or two, and still the US yen goes up. Just shows you the tremendous weakness we've got on the yen. So on the swing, the last retracement back to 50 or 61%, both levels will be fine. My trading robot also got a nice long day this morning, so it's running up crazy nicely there. So let's hope it can go to target before the weekend. But in the unlikely event, or in the event that it comes back to these levels, I'll definitely consider then another long later today or then into next week. Guys, trading isn't just about my insights. Please fill up the comments below this video. I've been trading since 2003, and if you are eager to take your trading skills to the next level, check out the link in the description to join my mentorship program and support this channel by opening a trading account with a trusted broker from the link below, which I've been using since 2010. Thank you for joining me today on this trading journey. Remember that trading carries risk, so don't forget to trade responsibly. Never trade with money you cannot afford to lose. I can't wait to see my next video. Until then, trade well.